Right, Matt, welcome to Cheltenham Town after having to wait for your international clearance. Got some questions from fans here. What's your earliest footballing memory?
Earliest footballing memory? Probably going to watch my old man play at Celtic. Probably the earliest one would be at home to Rangers in the league when they beat them 6-2. It's probably the earliest match I've probably been to, but I can remember sitting in the lounge with my granddad playing with a balloon and ended up putting my head through a cabinet trying to save a ball. So that's probably my earliest memory.
Okay. Were you always a goalkeeper when you were young lad? Obviously with your dad, or did you ever have
I always had the goalkeeping kits. I'm not sure. I think I liked a little venture up front, you see, so probably after my granddad, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played midfield and up front, but I was always going to end up in goal.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned your granddad a couple of times already, Bobby. Well known at Cheltenham. What did he say about Cheltenham when you first had the possibility of coming here?
I said, look, it's a great family club, and he'd obviously been here and been a part of that family. Probably not as long as he wanted to be, but he said, look, the gaffer there's fantastic, and he played under me, and Yates has been brilliant, absolutely brilliant with me, and so is all the coaching staff, and it's nice to be a part of a professional club, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Which team do you support?
I'm a massive Celtic fan, absolute massive Celtic fan. That's probably been growing up in Scotland when my dad was there, and we had 6 years at Celtic, so yeah, I'm a Celtic fan.
Yeah. Okay. Apart from Trevor Carson, which you've obviously been working with, are there any other specific goalkeepers, past or present, that you admire?
Yeah, I quite like watching Joe Hart. I think he's performed brilliant for England. I know he's had a bit of stick under Man City, but every time I watch him, he pulls off one or two fantastic saves, and he's pretty consistent, to be honest. Yeah. Past, I always like watching Peter Schmeichel. He's a bit out there and a bit different, but once again, he was a giant. He made himself look like a giant. Whenever the ball came to him, it was always his, and outfielders were scared to score past him. Yeah. And then there's my dad as well. So.
Yeah, wasn't bad, was he? You mentioned you had 6 years up in Scotland. Somebody's asked how long were you in New Zealand for? Can you just talk me through the sort of, you moved around a lot?
I moved to New Zealand 9 years ago. I actually moved out the day of the London bombings. We were the last plane out. So I was there 8.5 years, and it's a fantastic place to grow up. And I learnt a lot about the culture over there, and it's given me a different outlook on life, really, and getting away from the UK. And then I've been in Australia 6 months, and that's another place in itself. The weather's amazing, and it's just a beautiful place to live.
Yeah. Why did you think it was time to come back?
The professional football over there is slightly different. In Australia, as an Englishman, you can only be one of 5 foreign players, so it's very difficult as a goalkeeper to make it. And in New Zealand, there's only one professional club, and it kind of didn't make sense with my old man being at the professional club over there. It was time for me to make my own way over, and I've always wanted to come back to England and be part of a professional club over here, and I think that's where my family's always really sat in the way they thought, so I'm glad to be back.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously you grew up around football and you've always wanted to be a footballer, but what do you think you might have done if you weren't a footballer?
I was a keen cricketer, to be honest. I love my cricket. I can remember watching the Ashes in 2005 and thought, right, that could be the sport for me. But just the crowds at football brought me kind of back to wanting to play football. So apart from cricket, something to do with sport. Even if it was being a chief exec of something, or just part of a commercial side, or just a sports club. Yes.
Okay. Were you good academically at school, or were you always concentrating on sport?
I wasn't bad. I wasn't bad at school. No, I finished a year early just because I had enough. But I could have probably gone on for my final year, and I'd have done quite well. I just wasn't interested.
Yeah. Rather be playing football.
Yeah.
Somebody's actually asked, are there any other sports you could have played to a decent level? So, spending so much time in New Zealand, rugby, did you ever give that a go?
Well, I played rugby here before I went over there, but when you go over there and there's 11-year-olds at 6'2", big Samoan kids, yeah, I kind of had to. I'd have got hurt, and I didn't want to get hurt, not at that age. So that's why I went back to football. But I played cricket to a decent level. I was playing representative cricket over there, and yeah, that's probably.
Yeah. Okay. What are your ambitions at Cheltenham Town?
First of all, I'm glad that I'm in the squad. Now I've got to push Trevor as far as he can go, and when I get my chance into the first team, I've got to take it. It's one of them things where I've got to start now. You've got to push on and build a career out of it, and I'd like to be at Cheltenham for as long as they like me. And if something bigger comes up, something bigger comes up. But I'm just pleased that Cheltenham have given the opportunity, and Mark has given me the opportunity to show what I've got.
Yeah. Okay. What would you say are the strongest and weakest parts of your game at the moment?
That's a difficult one. Strongest part of my game. I think I'm a good shot stopper. I like making saves, and I'm for 6'2", I'm not bad at getting down low, and I'm quite what's the word? I'm quite athletic as well.
Agile.
Yeah, agile. That's the word. And my weak part of the game, I've got to sort a little bit out with my distribution. There's times where I get a bit over eager to try and play out at times. Definitely my left foot needs improving. I think there's a lot of people out there that are only one-footed, but at the moment I am. Other parts of the game, I've got a good presence, but I think I need to build that presence up even more, and I want to become like Schmeichel. I want to be feared I want outfielders to fear me when they're coming up against me.
Okay. What sort of crowds did you play in front of in New Zealand? And how would you describe football? You said there's only one pro club, but what's the football like down there?
The league I was playing in, the NZFC, was it's a very good league, and a lot of ex pros go over there and play. The fans, it's weird because everyone loves rugby over there, so the football it kind of takes a backward step. But probably on good days you get a couple of thousand, but mostly it was more 500s. Most people want to be down the beaches on Sundays. Can we play through the summer anyway? So it's a hot day to be out at the football, so you'd rather be down the beach. Yeah.
Okay. What made you decide to come to Cheltenham, or how did it come about?
Well, I was looking at coming back anyway, just to give it a shot, and there was a couple of opportunities that came arise, and then my granddad actually saw in the paper that Yatesy was looking for a goalkeeper, and he gave the gaffer a ring, and the gaffer said, "Look, come down," and thankfully it all worked out the way I wanted to do, and the gaffer wanted to. So,
brilliant. Yeah. Okay. What's your proudest moment so far in football?
I signed my first professional contract, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
What's the most comical goal you've ever conceded, and can you laugh about it now?
Yeah, I can laugh about a few of the goals I've conceded in my life. Most comical one, probably over in Perth, where we're playing at night, and the ball's come over from across, and it's gone over the head, hit me, and hit the post, and just rebounded off my head into the goal. I've got it on video somewhere, but I'm sure someone will find it one day.
Yeah, well, it's good you can have a laugh about it now.
Yeah.
That's it for the fans' questions, Matt. I just wanted to ask you about Bobby Gould. He's been driving you up, your granddad, to train, hasn't he, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is he full of advice all the time? Is he trying to sort of guide you through
He's fantastic. I can't speak higher of my granddad or my dad, really. They've been massive influences in my life so far. And Bob, yeah, I've been trying to sort out a car, and Bob's been absolutely fantastic bringing me up, and he just loves football. He just loves being part of the game, and coming back here, I think he gets excited that he experienced all this as well. I think he's just proud, to be honest, and he wants to try and help me as much as he can, and like giving me a lift up. It's just a big help to me at the moment.
Yeah,
because insurance is a lot of money.
Definitely. And he's keeping himself fit, isn't he? I've seen him jogging around Swindon Village.
Yeah, he loves a little 3 mile or 5 mile run every other day, and he loves playing cricket in the summer. He's actually he goes over to New Zealand and goes and runs the beaches over there for 3 weeks of the year, and like I said, he just loves being involved in keeping fit and keeping himself active, and I think that's all he's really known.
Yeah. I've seen your dad. He came to the training ground friendly here as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, What was it like growing up watching him playing in games like you said, Celtic against Rangers, packed stadiums, and that's got to be inspiring.
Yeah, it was. I feel privileged to be able to have watched him in the amount of games I have, and he was a good goalkeeper. He probably could have played a few more years than he did, but he made that call to go over to New Zealand. It was probably best for our family at the time. I am where I am because of him, really, and he's been the biggest influence in my life, and he's a very, very good goalkeeping coach, and I think he's looking at coming over here one day to coach some of the goalkeepers over in this country, because I think with his background and his international experience he's had going to the Olympics and going to all these World Cups as a coach and a player, he's probably as good as any.
Yeah, brilliant. That's great, Matt.